Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This time the audio is hopefully better than the last one. We're talking about the best SANDEVISTAN build you can have in the game in Phantom Liberty. So let's jump right into it. So getting first of all, we are starting here with the actual set, and I have no idea why I got a weapon. So yeah, main weapon is a katana. We don't really need anything else. I just put it there just in terms of fun or something, but we could also put it away. It's not really necessary. In any case, we are also having our beautiful David Martinez like jacket. Yeah, so we're getting to more an interesting part, which is actually cyberware. So which is really important for the cyberware is to fill everything out. So all of that what we have here needs to be filled out. The reason for that is when we have the character, there's with the technical ability, there's a special perk called Cyborg, where you have a 50% reduced cooldown for all cyberware if all available cyberware slots are filled. So it is really important and necessary that we have our cyberware all together for this build. So that is one of the most important crucial things. So a couple of things are not that relevant for the SANDEVISTAN build or the David Martinez build, as however you want to call it. Yeah, so let's jump right into it, the specs. So for sure we're starting with the operating system, which is the most important thing and the strongest SANDEVISTAN you can have in the game, especially after the Phantom Liberty DLC, which I also finished just yesterday actually, with the Militech Apogee SANDEVISTAN. So it's the best SANDEVISTAN you can get in the game. There's also other versions of it, but this one is clearly the best and it's also an iconic one. So continuing, we just have here the basic Karashi optics. Yeah, that's I don't want to spoil anything. It's from the main story, but never mind. Yeah, basic Karashi optics. That's just for like casual thing, just to fill out the gaps. Actually, it's nothing really important. Similar to the hands, actually, we don't need anything. We just put a tattoo in, so we don't have any extra cyber things, cyberware getting extra. Similar to the ballistic coprocessor, similar to that. Coming down to more important parts are the circulatory system, which we have here. First of all is the micro rotors, which are quite important because we have a 24% increase in melee attack speed, which is crucial, which is one of the best things and one of the most important things as well, and probably also for literally every build you can have in the game, is the blood pump. So it costs 15 cyberware and it is kind of like it's like a stim, so it just boosts your health and it's pretty strong. It's way better than everything else, and heal on kill. So for every kill we deal, we get 7.25% health back. So these three things are necessary. So I would include all three of them. So there are non-negotiables. For the legs, there are negotiables. So it really depends on the type of style you like to play. I really enjoy the double jumps just because you have more options to enjoy different areas in the game or different vertical areas. But for example, if you're more into like movement speed, which I kind of enjoy as well, to just move faster, especially when you're playing. But then I was like, okay, well, if I want to have some adventure, yeah, I would kind of stick to that. But in that case, you can have 18% more movement speed. It really depends on yourself. Really important as well are the integumentary systems. Sorry for that. So which is crucial actually is the pain user. So we convert 30% of damage taken into damage over time, which is actually quite overpowered. Not overpowered, but pretty strong. And we're getting some extra armor similar to the chitin, which gives you the best armor you can have actually in the game. So we're having an increase of 216. If you don't have that much cyberware and you're level 50, let's say that, you can also change that actually and have it a bit lower. Yeah, so you can also change to that if you don't want to use 42 cyberware, which is quite a lot actually. So yeah, but for the strongest versions, in my case, which I built, is the chitin the best one you can have. Similar to the peripheral inverse, which also have a pretty high cyberware, but the closer an attack enemy is, the less damage they deal to you, which is quite important when you're having a katana build. That's a negotiable. Like, you could also change that, for example, to the subdermal armor, which is actually quite good, and you have not a lot of cyberware, which will be increased. Yeah. So, getting to the nervous system, there is more or less useful. So the only really important thing what you should include in the build is the stabber. So we have an increase in crit chance. For the reflex tuner, that's not really important, so it just slows down when your health drops below 25%, which is actually quite good. So you can put so if the time slows down, you know, oh, you're low in health, because most of you forget it. So the time slows down, and then you can include the blood pump, boosting your health up, and then you're ready to slice even more. And for the adrenaline converter, you just have like extra movement speed for 7 seconds when entering combat, which I kind of like, but you can also, in my case, change that for sure. So there's other versions. You could also, for example, do the Neofiber with meditation chance, meditation strength. Yeah, it really depends on the preferences. Yeah, so there's definitely other versions you can also change in the game. You can also have that, for example. Yeah. So, getting further to the skeleton, which is actually one of the more important things as well here in this build. First of all, we're starting with the dense marrow, which is actually really crucial because we're getting a 27% in meal damage and 15% in meal stamina cost. So definitely stick to that. That's a non-negotiable. For the Parabellum, this gives you like an extra armor and increase in health and everything, like armor, health in general. I mean, not health, but yeah, whatever. So, and the bionic joints, they are also pretty good, but also just gives you like an extra armor. There's also some negotiables if you want. There's other things you can change here. I would always stick to dense marrow. These two things you could also change. For example, they're not non-negotiables. Yeah, so it really depends on them. Play style, but if you want to have the strongest health, that's my go-to. So, which is also really important. I mean, you could use the Mantis blade, but it's not really that necessary because you're having a katana. Katana is actually faster. It's better in my case, and in general. So what I kind of enjoy is like using the projectile launch system, which just gives you some variety in the game and also like some extra damage for some more distance enemies. So coming to a really important one, actually, it's the Newton module. So you're having a 1.3% cooldown instantly for all cyberware after neutralizing an enemy, so that's a non-negotiable. Then we have a mechatronic core, so we are also having an increase in damage against drones, robots, and mechs and turrets, which are also a non-negotiable, because if you're fighting bigger enemies and the robots, the katana build will help so much for that. Yeah. And we're having a self-eyes, so that negates an enemy quick hack, so that kind of helps if you're getting hacked or something. So that was all from the cyberware. Jumping into the character build, so that's getting a bit more interesting, I would say. So I will reset my attributes just to put everything into cool, but actually you don't really need it. So intelligent and cool are not important at all. The only thing what you could include is the road warrior if you want to use SANDEVISTAN while driving in a car. But generally for this build, you can have reflexes, body, and technical ability level up to 20. So even when you're level 50, this build is insanely, because you don't need to invest anything into intelligence and cool. So just keep that in mind, please. When we are here on technical ability, jumping inside of it, going here first, we have taking the time bomb, so this just gives you like an EMP. We have edge runner, most important one for sure. We do it a bit faster. So all of these three things here are non-negotiable, similar to these ones, so I would stick to all of that. This one could be changed, so if you have the things included already, you can also put it off if you have the highest tier 3 level. Yeah, so I would always include that. So that's for projectile. system. For a short explanation for here, these 3s are also non-negotiables. These ones are for boosting your health. So for example, if you're using Blood Pump, we need these things that Blood Pumps is regenerating faster. There's also a way if you want to have the grenades more, but we don't use the grenades and we have the projectile system. So these stuff is really important for that. So just keep in mind, you can just also screenshot it and just build it anytime similar. Oops. So going to the reflexes, also the non-negotiable. I mean, sure, we're having a katana and SANDEVISTAN build. Everything here should be fully maxed out. And with the reflexes here, in my case as well, because that gives you like some extra stamina and boost. So all these 3 are also non-negotiables, just having faster movement, being faster at the enemy and just slicing him down. So that's really, really important. So that's all the dashing situations. So what we don't need is the slide, for example. That's in my case not really important. I don't really use it. I don't need it. You have the dash, which is pretty strong actually. You can have the double jump, for example, and then the dash, however you would like to. Yeah, so I'm not going too much into detail. I think would take a lot of time to go really into the detail what every perk is doing, but you can also just read it in the game. So if you want to go any deeper, I mean, it's perfectly explained actually. What I just include here because I have some extra attributes I just included here. So for example, I have the extra stuff, so I just put it here for the assault rifle and SMGs, just in case. I kind of like to have some variety and just shoot a bit, but you don't really have any more stuff of it. Yeah, coming also to body, we don't really need a lot of body, so everything here on the side is not really important. If you want also another version of it from the SANDEVISTAN with the blunt weapons, I think they call it. Yeah, blunt weapons. There's also a version of the SANDEVISTAN, but yeah, here we're just focusing on the body part. So these things are just here to boost our adrenalines, for example, and our health and armor. I think it should be. Is it boosting armor? I have no idea, but it's definitely helping with the overall health and being stronger. So that's also non-negotiable. And I think that was it actually. We don't really need anything more. I mean, there's a couple of armors giving you some extra armor. Just might consider that. But yeah, let's jump into the game and actually showing how strong this build is. So, we starting simple. Getting some dash. Doing Kanana build. I think, wait, just let me check if we have the highest difficulty. Yeah, we have the highest difficulty. So, I don't want to like show you like how strong this build is, and we are not even on the highest difficulty. So pretty simple. Let's kill some nice people. So a couple of police officers are coming, and it will be a bit more challenging, I would say. So let's get into it. Let's wait for the police. So, pretty nice, pretty simple. Just slicing some stuff up. I would say, guys, enjoy the gameplay, and yeah. Hey guys, really short thing I wanted to mention is I started a Discord channel, which was a link down below, where we're entering a build channel actually, where I mostly go around The Witcher and Cyberpunk, so which starts right now. So people can give their comments if they like any ideas, which should be the next video, all about builds actually, or like about in-game ideas, helps, whatsoever. So I played a lot of Cyberpunk, I played a lot of Witcher, so if there are any questions you can ask in the group, I'm kind of trying to build a community here in Discord, so it's all about the best builds in the game, and you can rank, for example, builds. You can also give me some ideas which build you would like to include. Yeah, so if you're interested in that, just join the Discord channel down below in the video description. So now this game gets a bit more interesting, because now we are on police difficulty 5. So the medtech, I think, does it call medtech? We'll see. Please don't kill me. Yeah. Now the interesting part is coming here. Let's slice them all up. Let's make this build great again. So, as you can see, always when you are hitting... Oh yeah, he's pretty strong. Some parts. So, the real important thing about that is, when you are losing damage and you nearly die, then the time slows down. So you can see here it's already getting a bit more difficult. So SANDEVISTAN activated again. Whoa, okay. Oh, that's a bit dangerous. Oh yeah, close. I mean, you also need to play good in this game, but you can see this build is pretty strong. So guys, that was it with the SANDEVISTAN build. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. That was the strongest version I've ever built in Cyberpunk so far, with SANDEVISTAN build. It was the lowest cooldown you can have in the game. Yeah, it is one of the strongest. I mean, the medtech is still pretty strong. So in the game, it's not always perfect, and also it depends on the gameplay. But yeah, I think in any other case, you have no chance against that. So thanks so much, and see you guys in my next video. Bye.